Hey guys, I'm RedHerring, and I have another StarCraft 2 cast for you guys today with MatZo, the Red Terran, spawning in the top of Shadowed Temple, and the left position we have myself, RedHerring, as the Blue Protoss. Now, before I get too much into this cast, I just want to give a shout out to the 60 subscribers I have. Just thanks guys for subscribing, for really encouraging me to continue doing these casts. And for those that kind of watch my videos, have seen some videos of mine and they like it, but they haven't subscribed, and I know you guys are out there. Um, no rush, but if you guys could subscribe, that would just be awesome. It helps me out so much, and get the word out if you guys could. Like tell your fellow StarCraft 2 friends about this channel, tell your family. If you're at a stoplight, on your way to work or school, roll down your window, shout out to the driver on your left side to watch RedHerring StarCraft, But really, guys, yeah, thank you so much. And I will definitely continue to be doing these casts as long as you guys are interested in them. Now, to the game at hand, we have MatZo going for an interesting build here. Well, it's not an interesting build, there's an interesting way of going about this build. He's going to be a 1 Rax expanding for sure, because he's putting his buildings out here, but, he was unlucky in that I actually spawned close positions to him. And that allowed me to actually scout, and look at all this damage I've done with the scouting probe, because I scouted after Pylon. I've actually been able to whittle down a bunch of his workers. See, watch this. I pull away right as the shields go down, and it gets these SCVs to half health. Now look at all these guys. There's 3 SCVs with half health there, in addition to this guy over here, and this guy was starting to get tickled by this probe. Really, it's quite annoying, and this is, I think, a reason why a lot of Terran players don't do this. Is because of the probe harass that can occur. Now, if I had spawned over like cross position down here or even up here, I wouldn't have scouted him till a little bit later, and he would have been better prepared. But I think it was kind of unlucky that he ended up. Oh, is Poe gonna die? Oh, I tried to run it away. Yeah, barely snipes the probe. But yeah, I think it is a little bit unlucky that he spawned close positions to me. But yes, he is going for the 1 Rax expand, and I know this because I scouted. I see, well, he's putting his buildings on the low ground. I mean, what other reason would you do that other than you're going to bunker and then put up an expansion? So I'm actually I'm going for, I've chroned out 2 zealots, and I'm chroning out a stalker now, and I need to put early pressure on. Now, the thing about a Terran player who fast expands on close positions on this map is that it can transition into tank marine or tank bio, and rip apart any attempt I have at winning that game, because they can just siege up, they can siege push all the way. I mean, this is such a close rush distance that they can easily walk their tanks over, and there's really not much I can do about it. So I'm kind of forced here to attack as best I can. He's microing his SCVs a little bit. Actually, yeah, I get 4 workers, but he's actually killed my probe, so 3 worker kill advantage, and he gets the bunker up, and I've moved my stalker away here. But really, as I was saying before, there's really, I mean, I need to either kill this or expand with it, and if I expand with it, I know he's going to go tanks. I know he's going to go tanks, and I know he's going to siege push my front, and that's just so tough for Protoss players to deal with. For any player, if you're Zerg or anything, I mean, it's a tough push to deal with, especially since the rush distances are so close. And so I reason that I have to break. I have to break his expand. If I'm not expanding with him, I need to do enough damage to outright kill him, or at least deny this expo here. So as we can see, I'm getting 2 gates, should get a 3rd gate, and I got my robotics facility. And the robotics facility is key for 2 reasons, which we will see momentarily. Immortals are really good against bunkers. And the second reason is warp prisms or observers, and as we see, I actually go for the observer here. And we'll see why in a little bit. I've actually been sniping this. Oh, is he gonna take a stalker? No. Oh my gosh, 2 hit points left. Yeah, I was kind of tickling his buildings here. He was repairing them, but he got tired of it, chased me out. Now has 3 barracks, getting an engineering bay. That's an interesting move. I may be scared of Dark Templar. And this is the reason I'm going an observer as opposed to warp prison, because I'm actually going to put a pylon down on the low ground and warp into the top. And this can be extremely annoying, deadly even for a Terran who doesn't have stim. He's just on pure marine, unupgraded. No marine combat shield, no anything. And yeah, this is going to be quite hard for him to deal with. And I'm getting an immortal after that observer. My observer comes. I warp in the 2 zealots. He does not see this. His vision here. He does not see that there's a pylon here. He sees my forces at his front, so he's bunkered this. He's getting a turret down. I just spot any observer or any Dark Templar that I might quick tech to. But yeah, if you look at the income tab, he is ahead because of these mules. These mules are so good. He has 2 command centers. He's nicely saturated here. My base is about fully saturated. I don't know if I would really make more workers than that. And here we go. I'm moving in. I see his stim is researching, so I'm going to try to cancel that. And I see he's moving up here. Good force field. I actually could have trapped some guys in. Oh, bad rally. I'd rallied my observer up here, and then my immortal kind of went up there too. So I caught that, but I have to micro him back. I mean, that was a bit sloppy. But this whole time, I kept him out of going into his main base. He actually gets the immortal. But I am sniping down stim. Stim is canceled. It won't be up for his marines, and that is very key. And now I'm going for his SCVs. And if we look at the workers tab, I've kept them even in the harvester's cab, and we'll see how many SCV kills I will get here. Could throw up a force field here, that would be perfect, but looks like I'm actually moving double pronged attack here. I'm actually moving into his natural expansion, and he only has 1 marine in that bunker. Now rallying some more marines in there, cleans out this force here. +1 weapons is almost done. That's an interesting move. I'm actually targeting down the 1 bunker that doesn't have any marines in it, and I see, oh, that's a lot of marines. I need to get out of there. Snipes a couple zealots. Now, if you look at the unit slots tab, he's definitely behind. Workers killed. I've killed 27 workers. If you look at the income tab, it's 12 workers, it's 25. But look how much energy he has. I'm actually warping in more zealots here, but I mean, these are kind of throwaway zealots. Whittled away a couple of his marines, but overall, yeah, I tried another push in there. Overall, though, was not really worth it, I don't think. But these mules, he could be muling. That's one thing I would definitely do. He has a bunch of energy. I mean, there's 2 mules each on these command centers. He's actually scanning. He tried to pick away the observer, and I actually scooted the observer back during this. And I know he's going to try to snipe this because he needs to kill this pylon. I'm sniping his marines now because I can see up on the high ground with the observer. And cranking out immortals. Got my 3 gates, and I thought about expanding here. I really did. I thought maybe I've done enough damage that I can expand. But I knew. Oh, I didn't get to cancel off on that. But I knew. I didn't want to take the chance that he would siege push. I mean, I'm I'm really scared of that siege push. I really don't like dealing with it. So I chose not to expand, and instead to just keep all-inning. I mean, I had committed so much to this attack, it made sense for me just to continue hammering him as much as I could. He's getting +1 armor now, but still no stim. He's just now getting a tech lab, so stim will not be in sight for a long time. And okay, mortars are so good. Despite all these SCVs repairing, the mortars are just they take out bunkers so fast. Yet these marines with their +1 attack just melted my zealots. They melted my. I think they might get an immortal. Nope. They melted my zealots. They melted a couple stalkers. Units lost tab. We were actually pretty even. In fact, he's actually ahead. He even snipes 1 more immortal. These zealots are doing some good damage, and I was actually scared here because this is a lot of marines, and I knew I needed to get the crap out of there. These marines have way too much DPS for 2 immortals and a stalker to deal with. He actually ends up sniping my pylon, and I'm not looking good here, except for the fact that I'm still ahead in harvesters, and he still has not used the energy on these command centers. He really needs to do that. I think if he had done that, he could throw up more barracks sooner. He could I mean, he doesn't even have the right production, and there we go. Now we look at the income tab. Oh, that's so much money coming in for him. That is a lot of money. Despite being 4 harvesters behind, he's double my mineral intake. And you know, I do have 3 immortals now. Still kept my 1 crucial observer alive, rebuilding the pylon there. And I'm scouting in. I see he's rebuilding the bunkers. I'm going to try to snipe the bunkers before they finish. I snipe that bunker, and I'm like, okay, that's a lot of Marines. You know, I don't know if I can take all these Marines cost effectively. So I choose to back off, snipe the barracks. That's good. Sniping the supply depots. He is a bit ahead in supply depots, so he won't. I don't think supply block him. He's moving his Marines up. And now, here we go. This is what he should have done earlier. Keep in mind, I am rallying in zealots here and poking here. But if he had thrown down those mules earlier, he could have these barracks up like maybe a full like 30 seconds before he does now, and that could be the difference in this game here, because these late barracks are really hurting him right now. He doesn't have the production to match what I have, because I've killed so many of his harvesters. He's really hurting for money here. And he's continually repulsing my attacks. But I keep on warping in guys here, and he doesn't have the Marine count to split up, take the pylon, and defend his natural. He has to do one or the other, and I'm just totally taking advantage of that. As soon as he moves up to his main, I move to his natural. You know, when he comes back to his natural, I warp in at the main. It's really effective right here. And you know, I see. Okay, his natural's completely wide open. Force field the ramp. He can't come down. Looks like he was trying to do that. Nope, you cannot. Sniping the command center. Yeah, he could have lifted off, but I don't know. I might have been able to snipe it anyway. And if you look at the production tab, he's cranking out Marines. He's getting finally stim is done. He's getting combat shield. But you know, the damage has been done. Now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. I mean, I've denied his expo. I've actually killed his expo. I'm expoing myself. And here we go, his last confrontation. He runs down the ramp. Oh, I need to micro that immortal back. I'm not doing so. Micro this one back. No, looks like I might just take it right here. Moving up into his main, and I think this is his last stand here. He does have so many barracks, but as I told you guys before, if he had more mules, if he had the mules down earlier here, or even at his main, if he just had them down earlier, he could have got these barracks up a bit sooner. He would have had the money to pump Marines a bit faster and might have been able to take the game. But yeah, he does GG, and I was able to take the victory here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a pretty tense game from my perspective. I thought at a couple instances, oh no, you know, he might hold, and then he would just steamroll me later on. I really had to do damage, and I was ultimately able to by killing his natural expansion, kind of denying his stim. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will have more videos out shortly. Thanks, guys.